Jude Law became known to global audiences for his Oscar-nominated performance in The Talented Mr. Ripley. I love that movie. Since then, he's received even more recognition for movies like, remember Coal Mountain, A Holiday, and Sherlock Holmes. His latest role is in HBO's The Young Pope. He plays the 13th, a fictional American pontiff whose unpredictability shakes up the Vatican in a big way. In this preview, a cardinal asks about the Pope's long-awaited first homily.
I am sorry to say that we can only delay for so long. Tomorrow would be ideal. There. This is the most pressing issue.
The most pressing issue is my need for a cup of American coffee. Will you make me one, Your Eminence?
Certainly. Amatucci?
I didn't ask him. I asked you.
It will be a pleasure and an honor for me to bring you coffee, Your Holiness.
Yes, because that's what they do. They go get coffee, those cardinals. Jude Law joins us at the table. Good morning, Jude Law.
Good morning.
I've already watched 3 episodes, and I'm so mad at you because I don't want to get hooked on another series, but this is good. Really good.
I think so.
I think so, too. In the show, you play, they described him as a pope who is not loved or lovable. This guy got issues.
Yeah, he has issues. I think, I hope that as the show unravels, he becomes lovable. He's certainly intriguing.
Yes, yes, yes.
But you know, preparing for the part, I was concerned more. How does one play a pope? Where do you start working or researching how to play a pope? And Paolo, the wonderful director, Paolo Sorrentino, pointed me always back to playing the man, Lenny Belardo, and really at the heart of the piece is his issues.
You've got 2 stories going on there.
2 parts almost. I always felt that on the one hand, I'm playing Lenny Belardo, the orphan, who is trying to come to terms with his sense of never being loved, and on the other hand, he's Pope Pius XIII, and how he then channels those issues into leading the Catholic.
So here's what intrigues me is that there's a great book by Robert Harris called Conclave, which is about the selection of a pope. That whole dramatic time. We happened to be there at the time that they selected Pope Francis.
Yes.
How does he get to be pope? I mean,
well, that's the big mystery at the beginning of the series. It starts, and the conclave has just elected him. It's the morning he wakes up, and he is the pope. And no one can quite work out. You go through all of the people politics behind the scenes, and all the cardinals are trying to work out who voted for this guy.
Yes.
An American.
And no one quite knows what he promises, or indeed what he's got up his sleeve. So really, the first few episodes are people trying to work out who's put him there, and indeed what his aims are, and what he promises to, or where he promises to lead the Catholic Church.
is he a religious man?
Is the Pope? That's a very good question. It's a very good question. He's devout.
Yes, he does shady things.
He does, but it's the political game in the Vatican. That's the other intrigue that I think Paolo was curious to point the camera at. But it's a good question. Is he a religious man? He is a man of faith, and he's a man of dogma, but his devotion to religion is questionable at times.
And that's kind of one of the fascinating things, because he smokes, he schemes, right? He has people spy on one another. It's that Vatican intrigue that and yet he is very conservative, right?
Yes, indeed. Well, I think he's best described as contradictory, and it's why he was such a wonderful part to play. The one thing that I can say is that he doesn't lie. So his contradictions always come from the same place. The smoking, well, we learned that Pope Benedict was a smoker, and that's why the smoking was included, And we just thought...
Till when? Was he into this day?
I don't know. Apparently he just enjoyed a cigarette after Mass. I don't know.
He's like in his 80s, too, so evidently...
Yeah, quite.
But word as you looked at it, you hadn't even seen the script, and you said, I want to do this role.
Well, I love this director. I'd seen his Oscar-winning work on The Great Beauty, and I'd gone back and watched a lot of his other films, and I was just very excited to work with him. You know, he uses his visual language is absolutely beautiful, and he was clear to me from the get-go that he really wanted to make a 10-hour film as opposed to a piece of episodic television.
But we think of Jude Law movie star. Now it's Jude Law TV star. How do you feel about that?
Well, it's an interesting time where, in a way, it's more about content than medium.
Yes.
And I think,
Very true.
when the director like Paolo is coming and offering you a role like this and an opportunity to play a character over 10 hours.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
It was very interesting. It meant I could, it was unusual. I felt suddenly I was hardwired to tell stories over 2 hours. And so to be able to really focus on detail, to really to mine relationships over a longer period was a wonderful experience.
Can we ask you about Sherlock Holmes?
Sure.
Robert Downey. Will you do another one? Another movie?
Well,
So good.
since the last one, we have done nothing but sit and talk and plan and plot. But he's always busy saving the world as Iron Man. So,
That's right.
I had to get another job.
Yeah.
But we hope to. There's certainly intention.
Yeah. It's such a fun sequel.
There's so much fun to make.
Yeah.
Can we talk to you about Town and Country? They had the list of the most eligible bachelors. Are you aware that you're on the list along with Charlie Rose?
Well, I'm in good company then.
Yeah. So I'm hoping, unlike Charlie Rose.
I'm in a long-term relationship, so I can't really...
But you're on the list, attractive and famous, cons, popes, no matter their age or celibate. Charlie Rose doesn't like to talk about his personal life, but feel free to share about yours.
About mine? What's
Yes.
going to say? Well, no, I'm surprised I'm on that.
Are you surprised?
I'm in a...
So was I. You're surprised?
Who's number one?
I'm not saying that, Jude. We're just talking about you and Charlie right now.
Okay, sorry.
We're just talking about
Well, no, I'm always
Charlie.
curious. Who's above us?
No, I'm not saying. But I thought it was a compliment to you both. Actually, it's not a bad list to be on. You will say that.
No, I suppose not.
No. But you're in a long-time relationship. You want people to know. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All
Can I
right.
just ask one quick thing? Hamlet,
Yes.
character you know. Will you go back and play more Shakespeare?
Yes, I hope to. Very much so. I'm actually going back to London to do a play with a wonderful director who brought View from the Bridge and The Crucible and Lazarus here, Ivo von Hove. I'm doing a play with him in Europe next, which is based on Visconti's Obsession, the film Obsession. But Shakespeare, yes, the two roles, I always see Shakespeare roles according to one's age. I felt I had to play Hamlet before I turned 40. I did Henry V after that. To me, the next two are Benedict and Macbeth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Well, right now you're the Pope, and it's great.
Yeah.
You're a
Thank you.
knockout in it.
Yeah.
Knockout
enjoy
in
it. I hope you
Yes.
enjoy it.
Congratulations.
We will. The Young Pope, I should tell you, premieres on HBO this Sunday. That's January 15th.